Welcome back to the Sound for More channel. Welcome back to another tutorial demonstration, this time on visual synth or synthesizer 2 from Imaginando. Before I continue, I would like to remind my viewers to subscribe as it helps with growing the channel. Additionally, if you would like to support what I do, please do check the instruction contained in each video description. Thank you again. So today I'm going to talk about shaders, which is something that has also been asked by viewers and subscribers of the channel. So what can you do with shaders? But more importantly, can you create your own shaders? And the answer is actually yes. So let's have a look today how we can create your custom shaders. So first of all, let's click on the plus sign here, so we create a new scene. As you can see, the scene is empty. So we can double click here and we have access to the factory shaders. In this case, that is what we have selected. Now you see down here where it says shaders, you have user materials. Click on it and this part is actually empty at the moment. Now, if you go back to the factory shaders, let's scroll down and let's pick one up and let's start simple. Let's choose this one and click here on the three dot, and now you have the ability to clone it. So click on clone. So what happens now is that it has created a clone of that shader. If I click close, you can see we are inside shaders, user materials, and we have this circle cloned. And now if you click on the three dot again and click edit, you are now in on the shader editor, where if you know how the shader language, you can create your own shader. Now, something that I find a bit annoying, if I click on it, it brings straight away up the keyboard to edit it, and then you can scroll. Okay, so that's I hope that actually is changed. It's not broken, but I find that behavior a little bit odd. So let's click on close now, and now let's click on load. And now, as you can see, we have loaded that shader here on this first layer, and it works as a normal shader, right? You can move left and right, up and down, change the radius, and so on. You notice that the color is this yellow, which is determined here by the color inside the layer 1 property, which you can change like so. Now let's click on these and hold, and we can select reset and then click reset. Okay, now let's double click on this. And by the way, you don't have only to double click. What you can also do is click and hold here and then select materials. Now let's go to user materials and the shaders, and let's edit again that shader. So let's make some changes. So to prove the point that you can edit and make your own shaders. So let's go down here and let's highlight this part here, and we want to ensure that we are in the right location. Again, it's a bit if you don't have a keyboard, of course, you have to rely on what you see on the screen, and you might need to have a different orientation to make it simpler to use. So let's write vac and let's open bracket, and we do 255 and then comma 0 and close the bracket. So let's exit and there it is. There is an error, of course. Let's add a 3 here. Okay, and now I've changed it and there are no errors, and you can see it's gone to red now because I set this first value, which is red here on this parameter, to 255, which is the maximum. Now let's click, and it corresponds to red, of course, for RGB, right? Click save, click close, and there it is, and now we can click load. Now as you can see, the shader is actually loaded inside the layer 1, and the color is not being overridden by what is set here on the color for the layer 1 properties. And of course it works as before. You can move it up and down, left and right, radius, all of that stuff, change the fill, and so on and so forth. Okay, so let's move these to one side. Now let's go for another example. So double click again to the next layer. Let's choose something different, like for example this cube. Click on the three dot and clone it. So there we are. So let's say that we want to have something different. We want to change the thickness there, so we can set these to why not 0.8, quite thick. Click save, click close. As you can see now, it has a very different thickness on the line. So let's ensure that that is selected and then click on load. And there we are. We have now your new cube shader loaded inside this second layer. And again, it works perfectly as any other shader. So in terms of answering the question, can you actually create your own shaders? Yes, you can. And you can really go deep in terms of customizing them and creating them as you like. But of course, you need to know about the shader language, which of course takes a little bit of time to learn if you are not already familiar with it. But when you know that, you know now how to clone it and go back and edit it and do whatever you like. And as I said earlier on, you can really create whatever you need. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the short tutorial demonstration. It's more an introduction to custom shaders, and see you next time. Bye.